What's up, guys? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you all are doing well. I am YoYoY2K, back again with another Ark Survival Evolved building tutorial, the first one of 2019, and it's one that I think is pretty darn cool. We're going to build this house you see behind me. It is really big, takes lots of resources, but it ends up being pretty cool. So if you guys are interested in building this in your own world, I will have all of the structures listed down in the description. So just look down there and you should find all the walls you need, all the foundations, pillars, etc. And then you should be able to recreate this in your own world. Hopefully you enjoy the build. Let's just take a quick look around the build before we start together. So it ends up being a pretty large house, like I said. And you walk in and immediately you have this awesome entryway, this big hall that you can go straight back. And back here is the back porch. Nothing too fancy, but I do like a porch on my builds. I use this little entryway. I close the door. I just use this little entryway to put some of the artifacts around. You can use it different ways if you wanted to. You could close it if you wanted, make it into a dining hall, whatever. Over here, I just made it to where it all goes completely around in a loop. So you can enclose this as well if you wanted to. Like you can bring this wall all the way back. But these rooms right here, I just built them as little bedrooms, but you could utilize them different ways, obviously. You can go up here, you have a little balcony, you can look down into the first level, kind of overlook the hallway, the little entryway. And then if we go, open the door, go up this little ladder, we are on this upper portion, where we can come again, look down to the entryway, and we have this greenhouse glass above us. Go out this door, and now we are on top of the porch, sitting up outside the greenhouse glass. It's pretty cool. I like it. So we're going to build this together. If you stick around, you should be able to build this. We're going to do it from start to finish. And alright, Extinction's doing its thing. So again, another room over here that is exactly the same as the other one. I've decorated it differently, but you can see how I have decorated it. You can see again, well, actually I haven't mentioned it, but you can see that I've used some mods that I have access to on the PC just to make it look really cool. But I do want to point out you can build this house no matter what system you're on. I'm using all generic Ark building pieces, all vanilla pieces, so it doesn't matter if you're on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. You should be able to build this. So let's go ahead and get started. And I think we're just going to come right over here to where this Archaeopteryx is. Hey buddy, what's up? Yeah, you ran away. So the first thing we're going to do is lay down our foundations, and we're going to need a 6x8 foundation. You can use whatever foundations you want. I'm going to go with the stone foundations again. So I'm just going to line them up, kinda. And then we're just going to build, like I said, a 6x8. So we can count that. I think that's 6 right there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go 8 that way and then fill it in. So I'll probably just do a time lapse over this so you don't have to sit through me placing foundations. Alright guys, now we have the foundation down. We are ready to move on to placing the pillars. Again, this foundation is a 6x8, and I'm going to have the front of the house be right here. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and mark the front. So if we go 3 over 4, then right there we should have 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3, we do. So what we're going to do is, if you remember in the test build, this line right here is the hallway that runs through the center of the house. And I'm going to put some pillars on the foundations that are running down the center, so the center 2. And I'm going to be consistent and place the foundation, or the fence foundation, on the inner of, oh, see, that's wrong, on the inner, pick up wood fence foundation, on the inner foundation, just like that. So we have a line of fence foundations running along this center one here. So not on this outside, if that makes any sense to you. Right over here. So we'll do the same on this side. See, we have it on that one, which is not the one we want. We want it actually toward the middle. Again, toward the middle, and toward the middle, toward the middle, and toward the middle. I'm going to call an audible and actually put some fence foundations over here so we can have pillars on the corners of the house. Just on the front, I think. I think that'll look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead, grab our pillars. We're going to need one here, there, and there, like so. We're going to do it to both sides. Alright, so now that we have a line of pillars down both sides of our central hallway, we can build them up. These first two are going to be 4 pillars high. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next 3 are all going to be 5 pillars high. Just like so. Now, I do want to note, I guess there's 4 of them in a row, not 3. I do want to note that you can preserve, or the snap point, I should say, of the pillars is preserved. So if we have that one, we don't have a fence foundation here, but I can snap it there. However, what happens if I get rid of this one, if I pick it up, that one breaks. So that's why I put down the fence foundations here. Even though I only needed really this first pillar to get all these others to go into place, if something were to happen and I were to break this first pillar and not have these fence foundations in place, all of these other pillars would break. So just to save myself the agony of accidentally breaking something that I didn't want to and then having a whole bunch of pillars fall down on me, I just spent some extra fence foundation, extra wood, thatch, and whatnot, and made sure that these pillars are going to stay around even if I accidentally destroy one of the ones that is the original snap point. So we have the pillars in place here, just like so. And if you remember, we have a walkway all around the outside of the house, just where I'm walking here. And then on the inside is the bedroom. So let's go ahead, frame in our bedroom. So grab some fence foundations, and then I'm going to put these on the outside foundation. So if we look there, we're on the inside foundation, and now we're on the outside. So let's go there, put that down, and then these are going to be 4 high again. They're going to be just as tall as the other front pillar, and I think I went too high. Let's pick that one up. Pick it up. So do the same thing over here. Grab my fence foundation, place it down on the outside foundation, and then build up until we are as tall as that first pillar. And then this is an audible. I'm going to put a pillar on the corner of the houses. Only one house. Put a pillar on the corner of the house. I think it looked kind of neat to have a pillar right here. That shouldn't matter, but let's pick it up anyway, just to be consistent with everything. Right there. And then build those up 2 high. So just on the front of the house, I have gone ahead and put in 2 pillars. Now to finish framing in the bedroom, we're going to come back here to this corner and find the outer pillar, that one right there. So not that, but that. Not that, but that. And grab a pillar, and we're going to build this up to be 5 tall. So it should be as tall as the pillar next to it. So that one, this one right here, should be as tall as this one right here. So that is what those look like. Do the same thing over here. Go ahead, find this outer snap point. So here is the foundation we want. So not there, but there. Not there, there. Put it down. We're going to build it up 5 pillars tall. Like so. Gosh, raptor claws scares the crap out of me. And lastly, let's go ahead, put a pillar right here. And these are just going to be 3 tall. These will be used for the back of the house, like the porch area. So put it there and there. And now we should have all the pillars in place that we need, and we're ready to... Gosh, that raptor claws, it gets me every time. There he is too. Hey, Raptor Claws, what's up? It's so weird, like on Extinction, because it's always day in here, just to see the Raptor Claws going across the daytime sky. So weird. So, walls. We're going to use stone walls again, just like we did in the test build. If you wanted to use wood walls or Adobe or whatever, you totally could. But I am going to go with some stone walls, at least for the exterior. So let me get some walls and some window frames on my hotbar, and we will continue with the build. Alright guys, I have some door frames, some walls, and some window frames in my hotbar, and we're ready to start putting them down. So the doors, I'm going to put 2 doors down, one on each side of the center. So we've come over 4 foundations from either edge, and we have the door frames right here. So do the same thing back here if you want. There and there. And then we're going to put, and you can alternate it or do whatever you want. See, I did over there a window frame next, followed by a wall and a window frame? Yes, window frame right there. So do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to go window frame, wall, and window frame. Okay, and once we get around to this edge, we have to be careful because there is a pillar here. Not a pillar. Well, there's a pillar, but there's also a fence foundation. If we look, that wall is snapping to that fence foundation. We actually want it to snap farther up to the right there, to the actual foundation. So if I look, see how now these are all in line where that had been on the fence foundation. So look, there it is snapped to the fence foundation and not the actual stone foundation, and you get this little bit of a lip between the wall and the window frame. So let's go ahead and pick it up and put it back in the right spot. Drag it out a little bit. Drag it out a little bit. Come on. There it goes. So I'm doing a window frame on the ends with walls in between. And then I'm coming over here and I'm just going to mimic what I did on the front. So window frame, wall, and here again, it looks like, here, let's go, there we go. This one was snapped to the fence foundation and not the actual stone foundation. So I had fixed that real quick. Grab another window frame. So let's go window frame, wall, and window frame, making sure that we snap it to the foundation and not the fence foundation. Snap it to the stone foundation and not the fence foundation. So like that. And let's go window frame, wall, 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 punching the air needlessly, and that one snapped to the fence foundation and not the stone foundation. So let's make sure we get it to snap. There we go. We snapped it to the stone foundation. Now we have the line of, well, the first level of our house finished. And then on the second level, I'm just going to go ahead and put in all walls. And then over the doors, I'm going to put in a couple windows. And then come around to this side, kind of do the same thing. Put in a line of walls. Same thing going back here. A line of walls with window frames above the doors. Line of walls everywhere else. Like so. And then we're ready to start our peak, because we're going to have a peak going up to the center. If we come back in here, we can start peeking up. I'm going to take a quick look at the test build, make sure I have everything I need, and then we're going to start working on the peak and bedrooms of the build. Alright, now that we have the exterior wall 2 levels high, we're ready to start peeking up on the ends. So this is the side that is the 6 wide. So the 6 is here, and then the 8 wide is going like this. So we're going to go ahead and find our peaks on the hotbar right there, and put a peak on each side and work our way to the middle. So in the middle here, I'm going to put in 4 window frames, and above them I'm just going to put in a couple walls. So again, over here, wrong one, do that, and then grab the opposite and slope down like so. So there we have the peak on that side. We'll duplicate that over on this side. Grab the slope wall. Grab ourselves some window frames. Should have a line of 4 window frames on what would be the 3rd level of walls. Come over here, grab a slope up, put a couple walls in the middle, slope up again, and then slope back down to the other side like so. So now we have kind of the exterior of the house up and ready for a roof. But before we put a roof on, let's go ahead and work on the bedroom area. So I am going to grab the door frames and put a door frame in here. I think that's going to work out pretty well for us. A door frame here as well. So let me make sure I've got door frames on the hotbar where I need them, and walls. So let's grab a door frame, and what I'm going to do is turn these so that the interior texture is actually facing outward. So if we're standing kind of on the outside of the room, we'll see kind of the smooth side of the wood instead of the rounded log side. So if I put it like this, it's green, we're going to have the outside texture facing where I'm at now. But if you just kind of drag down a little bit until it turns blue, now we have that interior texture facing out. Let's grab a wall, grab a wall, and do that. There. Do the same thing. Just look down until it turns blue, and there we have that. So let's go ahead and put a couple walls on top, like so, and then we're going to do the same thing coming along through here. So let's grab a wall, and then making sure we're not snapping to that fence foundation, but rather snapping to the stone foundation. So like that, and then that's not right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just looking to see right there, when it's on, right there, that is on the fence foundation, and that is on the stone foundation. Let's go back over here, grab a door frame, turn it around, grab a wall, turn it around, stack these up 3 high, like so, and then complete the wall on this side as well. So get it to turn, come on, there we go. And let's do the same thing, making sure it's on, yep, that's good. And again, and lastly, one right here. Get this to go into the right spot. I need to come inside and look at it. There we go. So the inside sometimes works a little bit better, like standing inside and placing it the other direction. Oops. And on this wall here, so the wall that's going to be in the center of the house, this first one I'm going to make 3 tall, 3 high, and then the others are going to be only 2 high, like that. So let's go ahead, duplicate what we have done over on this side of the house, kind of go down the line, put our walls in place, come over here, grab a door frame, flip it around, we can stack a wall 3 high, like that, wall, oh, nope, wrong, right there, and then stack that up until it's 3 high. Come along over here, make sure we are snapping correctly, like so. Like that, and then it seems like it worked better right there. Alright, so 3 high again. And we're going to put a door frame in here. Like that, put a wall in here. Put a wall. I accidentally snapped right there, but it's all good. It's all good. Those are 2 high, and then the first one toward the front of the house, which is right here, that is 3 high. And now we have the makings of our bedroom area. What we're going to need to do next, if I could talk, we're going to grab some wooden ceilings, put in kind of a second floor in the bedroom here, and then we're going to make our way up to the top of the bedroom and kind of build that up. Once we get the top of the bedroom built, then we're moving right along, getting ready to put the roof on. I guess while I'm here, one thing that I forgot about that we could totally do now is we can put the slope on the front of the house. So we have that slope to the front. Like that. So that is where we are right now. Let me grab some ceilings, the wooden ceilings. Let me grab a few more things and make sure I can replicate what we did in test build, and we'll be right back. And so next thing to do is put some wooden ceilings up and around, and then we'll get up and do the second floor of the house. So let's move some of these over into a different spot. So just go ahead like that, and let's see here. Go ahead, bring these back, and that should be it right there. And grab us some ramps. See, this is the ramp? Actually, no, not the ramp. What we actually want is the sloped wooden ceiling, or the sloped wooden roof. So let's grab that one, because that is actually going to be a little bit better for us. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. They have different angles, in case you didn't know. And this is wrong. Let's get it. There we go. Now all the wood is facing the same direction. Like all the boards are running the same way. In case you didn't know, the ramps and the sloped roofs have different pitches. So, for example, if I grab... Let's see, where is it? So there is a ceiling, or the sloped roof, and where is a ramp? A ramp, ramp, ramp. There's a ramp. Come on. So you can see how they have different pitches, and I went for the roof over the ramp. Next, what we're going to do, and this is an annoying little step, but it is necessary. Let's grab the ceilings again. I think we're here. Nope. There we are. And just to let you know, these are temporary. So if you wanted to use thatch instead, you can do that, because we're going to pick these up in a minute. So don't use something that's going to be really expensive. Like, I would definitely not put in metal and then try to take it out. But what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves up top and put in the layer of wooden ceilings, because we are wood up to this point, and then above this is going to be another level of stone. So let's see, I can just put in a ramp or the ceiling here, right? I can crouch, there we go. So I don't care that this isn't facing the right way, it's all going to go away in a minute anyway. So this is what we're going to look for. I'm turning it so that it is like that. So if we put it in like that, that's not correct. But like that, that is correct. So let's drag it back until we get to line up like so. And then come back with the, where is the number 4? Do the same thing with the ceiling, or not the ceiling, the walls. I'm going to put these along here, all the way along. And then here, let's go ahead and pick this up and put in, I don't remember, number 2. Nope, number 1. Put in a ceiling, come back with the wall. There we go. And then right here is going to be a door frame. So the door frame is number 3. Let's go ahead and drag that in until it's right there. Do the wall again. Turn it until it's blue. And I'm looking to make sure the wood across the base, those all line up. That's how you know you are doing it correctly. So let's do that again. Yep. And there. All the way across, like so. Like that. Now that we have our walls all the way around this little bedroom area, we can come over here, put a couple peaks on the front of the house, like so. And then we're going to match up the peak right here. If I can find the right one. There we go. And then put a wall in right here. And put another peak on top. And right there. Which means there's going to be a wall here with another opposite peak like so. With a wall on top, and then we're going to duplicate that over here. So wall, and then right there is where we're going to have our peak. So grab that, put that in, and then opposite direction like so. So that completes the first part of this little upper balcony area. In a minute we'll come back, we'll put in all the ceilings that we need up here for like the second level where we have the greenhouse glass and all of that. Alright guys, so as I was walking around here planning out the next step with you, I realized that I made a mistake. These first pillars right here, they should be one less. So let's go ahead and demolish that. So apologies. Those pillars, these first two pillars should be the same height, and then the next three are one higher. So I think these are 4 high, and then these 3 are 5. So apologies on that. Let's go ahead and head over to the second bedroom. Alright, so in this bedroom we're going to duplicate what we did in the other bedroom. So let's go ahead, grab our ceilings, put these in place. So like this. So I have a solid line of ceilings above the doors, and then opposite the door we have just one ceiling on the end, and this is where the slope ceilings are going to go, or the slope roof. If it'll go for me. Come on, buddy. Snap in place. Snap, snap, snap in place. Alright, well, it's being stubborn. Pick it up. There we go. So let's head up here, and then again, just like we did on that other side, we will need to put in that temporary ceiling. And I should warn you not to take out that ceiling just yet. If you do, that line of ceilings, well actually all of them, they're going to fall because they don't have support yet. So once you take out that ceiling, everything above, like I guess all the stone, it's going to start falling. Once we put the roof on, then we can take the ceilings off. So let's go ahead, or take these temporary roofs out. Again, these are temporary, so if you wanted to use thatch, that would probably be a good idea so you're not wasting unnecessary resources. Go ahead, grab something so I can get up top. I may have boxed myself in here. Okay, let's pick this up. Pick it up and put another one down. That'll be fine. Jump up here. Go ahead and pick that up again. Now let's put the roofs down. And then we're going to duplicate what we did on the other side. So again, we have window frames on the front. And we're going to look down until they're blue. Like that. Snap them in place. And I'm making sure that the wood along the base line up. That's how I know that they are in the correct orientation and that the snaps are where they should be. Oh, and I did this wrong. This should actually be walls, not window frames. So a wall, put a wall in there, put a wall in there. So this is just the same thing we did, but we're doing it in reverse orientation. And then here is the, where is it? It is number 3. We have a door frame right here. And then come back with some more walls on this side. And then what we're going to do is slope up right here, put a wall in place, slope up again, and then have a wall here, sloping the opposite direction like that. Let's put a wall up top, wall, wall, right? Taking a step back to make sure, yep. And then right here, grab the slope, and the opposite slope, right. Oh, it's a chair. I was like, what the heck? What I got? It was a chair. Okay, so now, and again, this is wrong, so apologies. But now we have the bedrooms finished, and we're ready to start working kind of on this back deck area. Let me get things situated. I'll bring it back, and once we get the roof on, then we can take out this temporary ceiling. So you may have thatch down instead of wood. So here, I'll just show you what happens. This is gonna hurt, but this is what happens. If you take this out, demolish. See how that wall fell down? Because it's not supported by a wall underneath. Some of them are supported by walls underneath. Like, so these over here, they wouldn't fall. But these where we have kind of the balcony looking down into the center of the house, they do fall. So that's why we need to have that ceiling there for now. We'll take it out in a minute. So let me gather a few things and we'll continue working on this house. Alright guys, now we're starting to work on kind of the back of the house, the back balcony / greenhouse area. So I'm going to build out with the stone ceilings just along here. And actually right here, I'm going to put in a hatch frame and then build out again so that we have a 2 by, what is it, 6 going across the back here. And then we'll have some railings here where we can look down into, you know, the entryway of the house. And now we need to come back downstairs and kind of put some walls kind of dropping down. So let's fall down here, the wall there. I'm gonna put walls, actually no, not yet. Not quite. What we need to do next, before we put those walls in, we need to put in some more foundations. So let me get the foundations in the hotbar. I thought I knew what I was doing, and I was wrong. So I'm going to put down some foundations. I'm just going to come out one, like this, and we're just going to go until we meet that pillar. So there we have the foundations in place, and it looks like I actually snapped this pillar a little wrong. It'll work for us, but that is snapped incorrectly. See how they're kind of not matched up? Okay, so now what we can do is come back with our walls. Let's fill in these gaps. Oop, not there. Fill in these gaps. Oop, that's wrong. Like so, and then we need to get another pillar here. If we wanted to just use the snap point that we have preserved from that pillar that's actually attached to the house, we could do that. Let's put it over there. So it will go. Just know that if you ever get rid of this pillar, that one's going to break. And that one, let's do this again and make sure they snap. See, that's snapping not. Come on, snap correctly, buddy. I know you'll do it. There we go. There we go, that's right. So same thing over here. Let's grab a pillar, put it on the corner, and then go up like so. Make sure that those are in line. They are. Good deal. Now, let's come back with our, if I can find them, there they are, the walls. And I'm just going to do a line of walls around here. Give it kind of that look where the ceiling isn't quite so thin. If you wanted to, you could also, if you wanted to, here, I'll show you. You could use wood, and it would look kind of cool. If we grabbed ourselves some wood walls, here we go, wood. Put that over here for number 9. So the wood would look cool too, if we wanted to do that. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. You don't have to. I'm actually going back to the stone. I like the stone look better. But different options, lots of different options for how you can build this. You can put basically any material you want wherever you feel like it. So let's go back inside here and then do a drop down here as well. Make sure that the interior texture is facing the right direction, and it is, and right there we go. Sweet! So now all that's left to do is grab the Adobe sloped roofs and put our roof on this bad boy. So I think I have those already in my inventory, and I do. So let's go ahead and start putting some of these ceilings on the house, not there. And then once we get to this spot, you can crisscross, but there is a method to the madness. So I'm going to have to go with the straight across first, because it's on the left, and then I can cross... Oh, sorry, I did it wrong. I have to do this one first. So that, then I can come back. There it is. Like that, and then have to do it the opposite way. So I gotta go straight across, and then I can come back like that. So you can cross. It's a little weird, but it actually ends up looking like that. So looks okay once you get across. It's weird on the inside, but that is the nature of the beast when you're building in Ark. So let's go ahead, finish this line of slopes to the end. If I can get it to go. Come on, buddy. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta talk to it. And then again right there. That is not right. So let's go ahead, come over this direction, see what we need to do next. Let's go ahead and put a roof right there. And then we can do this side as well. Put a roof in there. And then again right here. And then we'll need to go up to the second floor, or get ourselves up higher so we can get those top peaks in, and then work our way toward the middle of the house. Alright, so to get ourselves up higher, we can finish the roof. Since we need ladders in here anyway, put some on my hotbar. And let's just go ahead and build our ladders down, and then we can climb up. I'll go ahead and finish this side over here. Let's put a ladder in, kind of on the back wall. Down like so. Now let's climb up. Climb up. There we go. Alright, so now that we're up here, there is one thing that we need to do yet that I forgot until just now as I was figuring out how to do the roofs. We need to slope or put a peak on the front of the bedrooms. So where we have the windows. Oh, I did on this side, but I didn't do it on the other side. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue the roof. So put it there, and then just drop inside. Put another one in there, and then put a roof over here. Got a roof over my head now. And then here, I gotta think about this. This may be wrong. There, and then, yeah, that's wrong. So I'm gonna have to go with that roof first, then that one, and then the opposite over here. That one first, not that one, but come on. And that one first, then that one. Alright, so now we have this place with a roof. We should be able to take out this temporary ceiling. And now we have kind of this area like this. And we can go ahead and put a ladder in back here. Climb back up. Now we're outside again. Let's come over to this side of the house. Put a roof on. Put a roof there. Let's drop inside. Put a roof like that. Go ahead and do the same thing on the back. Okay, now we can go ahead and take out this temporary ceiling. And we have a roof over the two bedrooms and a roof over the edges here. Now we just need to continue the roof toward the center. Go ahead and slope it like that. Come up to the peak. And then drop down over here. Same thing. And here is where we're going to grab our first pieces of greenhouse. So I'll need some greenhouse walls, greenhouse door frames, and the greenhouse sloped sides, sloped left and right. And I'll need the sloped roof. There we go. So put a wall in. Put a wall. Did I grab a wall? I don't think I grabbed the wall. grab a wall, which is right here. Drag that on the hotbar. Put a wall in there with a slope above it. Same thing over on this side. Put a wall in here with a slope above it. And then we can go ahead, we can put some more of the walls up. And if you want more space, put it on the green side. So it's actually snapped to the outermost ceiling. So instead of being snapped to this like hatch frame, if it's green, it's snapped to this ceiling. Just gives you a little bit more space inside. And I messed up. We need door frames. We need door frames right here. So I'm just lining up door frame with door frame. Number one. Let's get a door frame up there. And then I might be able to pick this up still. I can. So there. Now we have door frames. And then lastly, we need to grab our sloped greenhouse ceilings and put those in place. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and build the front porch. So let's go ahead and put a foundation on either side. You can make this porch as big or as small as you want. If you wanted to make the porch the entire length of the house, you could totally do that. Or if you want to build it like I am, you could do that as well. So I've just gone 2 foundations out from the house, and I've made this 4 wide, centering it on the 2 doors. So next, what I'm going to do is grab my ceilings, which are where? There. I'm going to grab a ceiling, put a ceiling there, and put a ceiling there. Then need to grab the wooden, not the wooden, but the stone slope. Put those on either side, and then grab a, where is it? Number 4. Grab a fence foundation and put it right there. And again, I've got it on the outside foundation, so it's on this foundation, not this foundation. And you guessed it, pillars are next. So let's go ahead, snap a pillar right there, go up one more, snap a pillar there, and go up one more. And then lastly, we need to put in, which is number 3, we need to put in the actual sloped roof. So right there, come over to the other side, put the roof in there. So now we have this front porch almost finished. We need to grab a couple ramps, and also we need to grab our railings. So railings, put a railing in the hotbar, grab a couple ramps, put those in the hotbar. So I'm just going to put 2 ramps on the front, ramp and ramp, and then put the, not there, put the railing around the edge. Like so. And not there, in the wrong spot. Go right there. So there is the front porch. That is finished. We can come back in a minute and do the door frames, not the door frames, but the doors and the windows. I thought I'd come back here, go ahead, put the ramps and railings on the back porch while I'm in a porch working kind of mood. So put a ramp on and put a ramp on. So now we have the ramps kind of in place. We can go up to the second level of here. Put a ramp in, put a ramp in, not a ramp, ramp. I'm talking about let's demolish this. Talking about the railings. So demolish those 2, can demolish this one as well. And now we've got a cool viewing area from the second floor of the bedrooms. Go ahead, put some more of our railings around. And then head over to the other bedroom and do the same thing. Put a railing in here, there. You know, just for safety purposes. We want this to be somewhat up to code. We don't want to get shut down by the inspectors. So let's go ahead, demolish this wall, demolish this wall, and demolish this wall. And we want to wait and demolish those walls until we have the roof completed, because we don't want to take a chance of everything kind of falling down on top of us, because that's never fun. I'm sure that's happened to you guys before, and you know, that sucks. So let's go ahead, go up here, and finish putting in some more of these railings. Thought I'd go ahead and just finish the railings while I'm in a railing type mood. Railings there, and all the way around. And now, all that we have left to do is put in our doors and windows. And I'm going to use greenhouse doors and greenhouse windows. You could use whatever door or window you want. I'm using the greenhouse just because I want to have a ton of light coming in. So let's see here. Actually, let's grab a reinforced door and let's grab a wooden door. You can mix and match the doors wherever you want them to be. I'm putting greenhouse here, greenhouse there, and then I'm going to come down into here and I'm going to put in a regular wooden door, because the wooden doors look pretty good here. The reinforced wooden doors don't look quite right. I can pick it up still. Pick up. So if you look, you got a gap here whenever you try to put the reinforced in on the wooden door frame. So I usually just go with a regular wooden door on the wooden door frames. And then here, if we wanted, we could put in a reinforced, we could put in the wooden, but actually the wood's got a gap there too, so let's pick that up and go reinforced. So yeah, I'm going to go reinforced on the doors. Let's put a wooden one there and a wooden one here as well. And I guess we could also go up here. If we wanted, we could put, you know, let's do that. Let's put a greenhouse glass on the upper portion of the bedroom. It could be either. It could be a greenhouse or it could be the reinforced. Either one would work for you. And while I'm up here, I should grab some window frames. Not window frames. Windows. Put them into the window frames. Come back downstairs. And then just wherever I've got windows, put in the window. So again, I'm just using the greenhouse windows just because I like the light coming in. Since it's always daylight here in like the safe zone or the sanctuary of Extinction, you don't have to really worry about it getting too dark in your house. But still, it's kind of nice to have the light coming in through the window frames. Alright guys, one last thing. I just noticed as I was going around kind of taking a quick look at the house once we were finished, I forgot to drop a couple walls off of the balcony. So there, now we're done with the place. So alright guys, that is the build completed. We've done this all together and hopefully this was really helpful to you. If it was helpful and you found it to be a fun build or you like the design, don't forget, drop a like down below. It really helps me out and I appreciate it guys. If you end up building this in your own world, I'd love to see pictures. So you can tweet pictures at me. So my Twitter handle is @_YoYoY2K, all in caps. I would love to see your creations. If you build this, if you switch it up, make some changes to it, I'd love to see those as well. So like I said, feel free to tweet at me. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the build. And hopefully, gosh, that freaking raptor claws, man. It always gets me. You didn't see it, but I like jumped in my seat when I heard that. Ho, 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 ho. Gosh, man, seriously. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. Bye guys.